Now to the second semi-final and Chesterfield's fairy tale run in the FA Cup. The Giant Killers from the second division confront Middlesbrough at Old Trafford. Borough, of course, have plenty on their plate. The League Cup final replay against Leicester comes up on Thursday, and there's a mighty relegation struggle in the Premier League to worry about. On top of that, Borough can't use their number one goalkeeper, Australian Mark Schwarzer, who is cup-tied having played in this year's competition with his former club, Bradford. So let's go to Old Trafford in Manchester, where our commentator is John Helm.
So this is the way the two teams will square up to one another. And we'll look at Middlesbrough first with a combined value of £22.5 million. There was a late scare over their brilliant Brazilian Juninho, who sustained an ankle injury at West Ham in midweek, but he says he's okay, and so just as at Wembley, he'll play behind Ravanelli and Beck. Boris' problems are in defence. Mark Schwarzer is ineligible, having played for Bradford City in an earlier round, so Ben Roberts is recalled. Nigel Pearson's injured, Neil Cox is suspended, so in two other alterations to the side that faced Leicester City, Vladimir Kinda from Slovakia and Steve Vickers from his native northeast get their chances. Chesterfield's starting 11 was signed for just £350,000, yet sharing the same stage as Ravanelli and Juninho will be 6'4" striker Andy Morris, who cost £500 and a bag of footballs to Rotherham United, and Sean Dyche, whose most memorable act during an apprenticeship with Nottingham Forest was the job of tending to the roses in Brian Clough's garden. If there is a surprise in John Duncan's nominated side, it's the omission of Chris Beaumont, who scored the 6th round goal against Wrexham that brought Chesterfield here for the most famous day in their 131-year history. Chesterfield, the 4th oldest club in the entire Football League, and they've always been a lower division side. And they will be desperate not to concede an early goal. I think the consensus is if Middlesbrough score first, then surely the Chesterfield dream will be over. But they're a very resilient side, and on occasions like this you feel for the likes of Nicky Law, who was in the Chesterfield side at the start of the season, their captain in fact, then went away to Hereford and is now playing non-league football for Ilkeston on a day when he could have been playing in an FA Cup semi-final. He's in the crowd today to cheer the boys on. The boys in blue of Chesterfield against the men in red of Middlesbrough. And there's Morris with his first touch, and he wasn't a bad one either, an angled header. Up it goes from Holland, and again Morris will use his height, but he was countered by Vickers. It's now for Davies, who'll turn, and Holland. Chesterfield settling okay. Williams now tries from long range, and that may well have been part of John Duncan's strategy today, to say to the players, get in as many early shots as you possibly can. And Williams is, well, you can see how close he is to the halfway line when he thrashes this one in and over. Indeed, asked about his planning for this game, John Duncan said he had no idea. First of all, he had to get 11 fit men out there. There's Kinda, the Slovakian defender, brought into the side with Cox and Pearson out. And that's a finely delivered ball, and here comes Hewitt, the only member of this side actually born in Chesterfield. Morris is there too, and somehow he wasn't able to get his feet off the ground to meet the cross. Perkins to be driven on here by Davies, and he's done well. He's into the area and pulled it across, and it goes into the side netting from Howard, and Middlesbrough were rattled there. The direct style of Chesterfield causing havoc amongst the Middlesbrough defenders. Some good play from Davies. The final touch was from Howard. Well, he's highly thought of, is Kevin Davies, his name touted amongst many a Premier League side, and it was excellent play. Howard 11 goals this season, Davies there has 6. Emerson this time. Beck and Ravanelli both in the penalty box, and here is Beck, and he'll turn, and Emerson comes in, and it's played against the outside of the net and a corner. May well have been Mark Williams who got a crucial touch here. Emerson, nice concerted movement between he and Beck. That's where the corner was conceded, and this is Middlesbrough's first real opportunity. From the boot of Hignett. Coming for it is Beck, cleared on the line and then hooked away by Dyche. An alarming moment for Chesterfield supporters, but they survived. Well, there are going to be a number of scares for Billy Mercer, the goalkeeper who's been past fit after a rib injury, and he came and checked, and he could have suffered the consequences, but Dyche and Curtis between them got that ball out. But what a prize awaits the winners today, a meeting with Chelsea at Wembley, and apparently Oldmore's Almanac, if you want to believe these sort of things, has predicted that two teams whose initials are CFC will contest the final this year. Well, just for a moment, Howard looked as though he was going to get in there. That was Ravanelli driving the ball across, and it was almost a lamentable mistake. Space found for Fleming down the right this time. Oh, and a slip by Dyche, and that could prove costly. Ravanelli racing in on goal, has to bring it onto the left foot, and Juninho arrived in a fizzing effort that just skies over the bar. Well, that really was a slip, and the first sign of nerves by a Chesterfield player, and it was their captain of all people, Dyche, who actually backheeled the ball straight to Ravanelli. Look how alert Juninho was here, and it didn't miss by a long way. Ravanelli just got the ball away before he was clattered by Holland. And as you would expect, Chesterfield haven't really allowed their Premier League adversaries to settle. But Ravanelli now shows the ball to Holland and gets away and slips it in here, and Craig Hignett can give Middlesbrough the lead. Good stop by Billy Mercer. The goalkeeper grits his teeth, and how ironic that the save should be made from the man on whom he goes with on holidays. Hignett and Mercer, big pals from school days, and it was Hignett against Mercer, and Mercer won. Both brought up in Liverpool, and Middlesbrough just starting to carve Chesterfield open there. They've done it twice, and this man Ravanelli's been behind it both times. That's a tackle from behind by Holland, and the rules say that you can't do that. So Vladimir Kinder is forward. Becker's pulled away, only Ravanelli in the area though. But he might meet it, he does. Tried to steer it back into the path of the advancing Hignett. Failed to do that. Oh, and he's brought down right on the edge of the box. And Tom Curtis will be shown a card for that. And there'll be a free kick right on the edge of the area. Well, that was an awful lunge by Curtis. Well, maybe he's a little bit too steamed up for the game. David Ellery takes the view that that's worth a yellow card. And now Chesterfield do have a problem. Hignett and Juninho over the ball. Emerson, Ravanelli, Beck. The names roll off the tongue. They're all in there for it. And so coming at the back post was Steve Vickers. But he put it into the side netting. Well, it was a well-delivered free kick, and the header didn't miss by much, did it? But it's the side netting, and Chesterfield survive another scare. Well, I saw one or two pundits and pre-match predictions suggesting it wouldn't be pretty. because of the way Chesterfield play. They've not been derogatory to them, but they have certainly managed to thwart Middlesbrough so far, and it results in 4 balls like that one from Emerson. And then they seek to hit on the break and to win free kicks, as they do here out of Kinder. And because he's kicked the ball away, Vladimir Kinder is going to be shown a yellow card. It's the sort of thing that referees and managers as well hate. A yellow card for the Slovakian Vladimir Kinder. And Morris has steered the ball on for Davies, one-on-one with Kinder. And Davies, oh, he's hauled down by Kinder, and Kinder is going to go off here. Vladimir Kinder was booked only moments ago. It's a second yellow card for him, and Middlesbrough will contest the rest of this semi-final with 10 men. Brian Robson shows no emotion, but Kinder's attempt here to balk Kevin Davies, look, that's where he pulled him back by the shirt, and the Slovakian can have no complaint, not having been booked so stupidly just moments earlier for kicking the ball away. And a disconsolate Vladimir Kinder goes to the dressing room. He'll suffer the taunts of the Chesterfield fans as he walks past them. Here is the free kick for Chesterfield. Morris is up there for it, and it's bundled out by the Middlesbrough defence. With Kinder still on his way to leave his colleagues to fight on, a man short. He's up the tunnel now, and Chesterfield sense there could be a moment of glory for themselves here. That surely will be too far for Juninho. Well, Deitch sets captain's example. Even though he didn't get a chance at Nottingham Forest, he'll have learnt a lot from Brian Clough. Juninho now, teasing, taking it back into the area he goes, but there were 3 blue shirts around. Ravanelli! So over the top. He received the ball when he was least expecting it, probably, and just couldn't deliver the goods. Juninho had made the initial inroads, and then it was a lax piece of play by Curtis that presented him with the chance. Well, the laboured build-up by Middlesbrough, trying to show their patience. Ravanelli to Juninho, out again by Deitch, and that is half-time at Old Trafford. And the second division side, Chesterfield, are causing Middlesbrough's Brian Robson just as many problems as he probably anticipated. There have been chances in the game, Chesterfield having to clear from the line. And Ravanelli among those who've come close. They've hit the side netting on numerous occasions, but then Middlesbrough reduced to 10 men as a result of Vladimir Kinder's second yellow card in a matter of minutes. Kevin Davies has posed quite a number of problems, and Deitch has led Chesterfield as the skipper very well indeed. So it's all to play for in the second half. It's at Old Trafford, Middlesbrough 0, Chesterfield 0. But 0-0 at half-time, and Middlesbrough reduced to 10 men after the sending off of Vladimir Kinder for 2 yellow cards. And if I know John Duncan, he will have had a rasping message for his players in the dressing room at half-time. He's one of the most vociferous managers and most passionate managers in the game. As for Brian Robson, well, I think he will quietly have been having a word or two with his players to say, come on, get this game by the scruff of the neck. We haven't been able to do that as yet, and you really do have to give Chesterfield enormous credit for that. And straight away, Emerson, who's been rather languid in this match, is dispossessed, and now Davies is into the area, and a bright start to the second half for Chesterfield. And that was all down to the fact that Emerson was rather too deliberate and not positive Mistake by the Brazilian. It's an important phase of the game, you feel this, as Middlesbrough try to raise the tempo. At the other end, Davis, here's Howard, into the area, Howard! What a chance, and he's blown it. That could be the best chance that Chesterfield create, and Jonathan Howard picks himself up, knowing he should have hit the target. Davis with the header, Festa was chasing back, he couldn't get near Howard, but he lifts the shot over the top of Roberts' crossbar by a fraction. And the moment of glory has gone away. Sean Dyche. For Howard, who's just missed that opportunity, but now gets past Blackmore, and they've three in the middle here. Chesterfield, Davies stamps the ball, Morris has to score! Chesterfield lead! What an incredible moment! It's Chesterfield 1, Middlesbrough 0, 54 minutes gone, and the dream is alive again for Chesterfield. Howard got away from Blackmore. The cross to Davis, the toe poke, the fingertip from Roberts, the stab-in by Andy Morris, who will never ever score a more celebrated goal than that. What an astonishing moment in footballing history. And Andy Morris, who cost £500 and a bag of football, has got Chesterfield within a whisker of an appearance in the cup final at Wembley. It would be the greatest cup upset of all time if Chesterfield were to reach the FA Cup final to play Chelsea on the 17th of May. But it's happening at the moment, believe me. Juninho, he loses out. And Chesterfield have got Steele, and they've got Morris away. Can he make it two? He will be a hero. If he does, he's still here. Morris, the keeper's brought him down. It's a penalty. Astonishing scenes at Old Trafford, and Andy Morris, John Duncan's 6'4" striker that they call Bruno, he's just won himself a new contract to get a testimonial for Chesterfield next season after 10 years at the club. He got around Festa, he got around Roberts, down he went. And unbelievably, Chesterfield can go 2 goals clear. Now, their penalty hero against Nottingham Forest in the 5th round was Tom Curtis, but he's missed 2 penalties since then. So the captain, Sean Dyche, who hasn't scored a goal for nearly 4 years, is here, and he's scored! Are they on their way to Wembley? An hour's gone. Roberts can't believe it. Sean Dyche has got his first goal in 4 years. It's his first FA Cup goal of an entire career, and he has blasted it into the middle of the Old Trafford net, and maybe he has blasted Chesterfield into history. The FA Cup final beckons Chesterfield. What a moment. His last goal was scored against Rochdale. I think the one against Middlesbrough is rather more memorable. At the start, Chesterfield would have settled for a replay. They'd have thought that was almost unimaginable. They wouldn't want that now. But Emerson has knocked a ball through here, and Clayton Blackmore's into that area. The ball in for Ravanelli, and Middlesbrough have a goal. The comeback is on the cards. Let nobody say that Chesterfield are at Wembley yet, because Fabrizio Ravanelli has goal number 28 of his season, and it was the substitute Blackmore who did the damage. He got in there. Ravanelli bundled the ball past Billy Mercer, and Middlesbrough now have a lifeline when they needed it most. Blackmore's cross, and an unspectacular finish maybe, but just as vital as any of the goals that the White Feather has conjured up since his move from Juventus. What an important goal for Ravanelli. Chesterfield's lead is cut to 2-1. And now we'll see what they're made of. Davis again, the tormentor. Oh, and again he shows good pace to get in there. It's Hewitt. It's a cross goal. Howard's got another chance. Must surely do it. Morris is under the bar. It's scrambled out. And Quieting is the goal given. Ellery is waving the players back. No. Free kick has been given, but Jonathan Howard has had two of the best chances anybody could ever have. I think he was offside. He was well offside there. So it doesn't matter that he's wrapped it against the underside of the bar in almost Jeff Hurst fashion. Well, this is a genuine cup tie in the best English traditions. Two teams going for the other side's throat, and now Juninho. Oh, past Dyche, he's balked, it's a penalty. Juninho wins it out of Dyche, and this match takes another amazing twist. Dyche, the hero, only minute to go with the second Chesterfield goal, was undone by the pace of Juninho. The little man was on his way past the Chesterfield captain. And so it's Middlesbrough whose turn it is now to get back into this semi-final. And what a match! Craig Hignett. 2-2! Belted in under the body of Mercer. And Dyche, hero to villain in the space of minutes, epitomises what the FA Cup is all about. Juninho won the penalty. Hignett drove it in off Mercer's hands, and with 90 minutes to go, it's now Middlesbrough 2, Chesterfield 2. And are there any more twists left in this game? Craig Hignett, whose only previous FA Cup goal for Middlesbrough had come against Chester in the third round when his side won 6-0. Emerson. Rather casual again, Emerson. This man's not been casual in anything he's done. Juninho, can he light the contest up with another one? Ravanelli for Hignett. Hignett on the outside. What a good save from Mercer. And then Curtis puts the ball dead for the corner. Well, it seemed as though Hignett might be the hero of the hour there, having got Middlesbrough's second. He took the ball from Ravanelli. He bided his time, went around Curtis, and Mercer did a great job. It's in here. Back from Vickers. Hignett again. Emerson challenges Mercer. Excellent claim. Billy Mercer, who cost £93,000 when he was signed from Sheffield United after a loan spell at Chesterfield. And Davis is away down the left for Chesterfield. This surely last chance for him. Has he got the legs to take on the almost the entire Middlesbrough defence by himself? What a good game he's had, Kevin Davis. And now it's Morris. Well, if he'd looked to his right, Hewitt was coming up, but there we've had the 90 minutes, and this fabulous cup tie is going to go into extra time. Welcome to the final chapter of this amazing story. 30 minutes of extra time, and 21 very tired players out there. Remember, Middlesbrough have been playing with 10 ever since Fester was sent off in the ever since Kinder was sent off in the first half. So you would think, people would say that Middlesbrough should stay the pace better than Chesterfield, but they are all professional footballers, and we shall see what Chesterfield are really made of now. Juninho tries to cut away through the middle. He's got past Carr. Ravanelli's taking it up. Still going on. Nobody really to pull the ball back to. He might have now, though. Oh, and Ravanelli has created the opening there, which wins the corner kick. Big, powerful man, good feet. Twisting and turning with Deitch. Oh, he skinned him and won the corner. Chesterfield have some defending to do yet if they're to play at Wembley. And Ravanelli will come to meet it. Oh, and a super save again from Mercer. The ball was going under the crossbar until Mercer's right fist made contact. Ravanelli in behind Morris, and that's an excellent save again from Mercer. He really has played well, the Chesterfield goalkeeper. Former trainee at Liverpool, released by them, went to Rotherham and then to Sheffield United, and here he is playing in an FA Cup semi-final and defying Middlesbrough. Juninho was lurking. Hignett now. Mustoe has to come back to allow Blackmore to go forward. Ravanelli, Juninho, and he'll get around Morris, and Juninho! Thrilling save again. Billy Mercer is putting in a real CV for himself here this afternoon. Ravanelli's touch opened the door for Juninho, and it was tipped over again by the inspired Mercer. I'm not sure whether it was going in or just over. It may have skied over the top anyway. Mercer had to be sure. Middlesbrough's third consecutive corner. They are the ones applying the pressure now, having, remember, been 2 behind. Driven in by Juninho. And they're asking a lot of him, but again he will dance at that defence. Ravanelli. Here's a chance. Off the bar, and incredibly, surely Festa. That's the goal! Gianluca Festa! 3-2 Middlesbrough. And that may be the end of Chesterfield's dream. There's a smile now on the face of the manager. There are thousands of smiles among the fans, and what a goal it is. Ravanelli teed it up there. It was smashed against the uprights by Vickers, and Festa was the one who followed in. It eluded Juninho, but it did not elude the Italian Festa. Well, Robson bounding for joy in this stadium where he's had so many wonderful moments over the years. The teams will change ends for the last time. Gianluca Festa, though, who played for Inter Milan in the Cup semi-final last season, has got the goal, which may be enough. It was Mustoe who hit the bar. It was Festa who hit the net. (3-2). And a quite fabulous semi-final. Hignett, and he'll try and hit Ravanelli long, and Ravanelli comes, so does Mercer, who has not put a foot wrong all afternoon. He'll have another tilt from this sort of distance, and Mustoe goes chasing him all the way back. Davies hits the shot in, and Roberts makes the stop. Well, let's not forget that a week ago at Wembley, Leicester City equalised 2 minutes from the end of extra time to force a replay against Middlesbrough, and they might have just feared then that lightning was going to strike twice. Headed on by Carr, headed away by Vickers. Beaumont will chase, Ravanelli will chase back, and it's in here towards Howard, towards Morris, towards Ewing. I don't believe it! I do not believe it! Jamie Hewitt, born in Chesterfield, who'll be 29 on FA Cup final day, has made it 3-3. And this is the most astonishing footballing story that I think I've ever seen. Who could possibly write a script like this? Jamie Hewitt has given Chesterfield yet another chance to play at Wembley. And those Middlesbrough fans at the back of the net just cannot believe it. They are thunderstruck. It's only Hewitt's second goal of the season. What delight on the bench, what a story. The manager loses his spectacles, but we've seen that goal all right. And Jamie Hewitt, whose only previous goal was struck against Wycombe Wanderers, has scored against Middlesbrough. It's Middlesbrough 3, it's Chesterfield 3. And we've now moved into time added on in the most epic encounter. And Hillsborough awaits. Unless... And here comes Mark Jules for Chesterfield. And that's it. A quite glorious performance from John Duncan's Chesterfield. He looks shattered. Jamie Hewitt is hugged by his captain, Sean Dyche, and the only Chesterfield-born player in the Chesterfield team has written the most romantic postscript to this game that was imaginable. Yes, he says. And aren't they ecstatic? So a quite extraordinary story here has unfolded at Old Trafford, and the Chesterfield fans dream on.